We did go see the movie finally, as we had planned on seeing it. And first thing I'll say is this was a really good movie. Unfortunately, it suffered from the limitations of said theater here in Santa Rosa. There's a couple different theaters here. I apparently picked the wrong one, I guess. I think it's called the Roxy here in downtown. Pretty cool looking. It's old. Got this whole nostalgia thing going about it. But the speaker system in there was not up to snuff. I don't have a problem with the image quality. The image quality was fine for that type of screen. I didn't expect much, but it looked fine. Colors looked great. But I remember watching the pre-roll trailers and ads and stuff and sitting there just sort of eating the popcorn and scrolling through the phone, waiting on the movie and thinking, where's the remote? I need to turn this shit down, because it was so loud, but it wasn't that it was loud. It was bad quality sound. And
was it bad quality? Was it mixed bad?
It was poorly. No, it's bad quality because I'm sure the mix that was sent to said theater was in standard. I'm sure of that. But something was going on with it's primarily their center channel. The surround was crystal clear. There are certain scenes in the movie where you get to hear the birds singing and stuff like that, and you feel immersed in the scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the main center channel where the dialogue is coming out,
yeah,
that one.
It was like talking through mud like this, man. It was so.
It was that
maybe
hard.
blown out.
It was possibly.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, where does the technician? Who's testing this stuff? And we had to watch that movie, and we could hear it. But it could have been better. And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, my old school 5.1 system in there is blowing this away. It's so clear. And that thing is 20 years old, but it is freaking clear.
Yeah. I struggled really, and it made me upset because I wanted to see and hear everything that was being said. I wanted to hear it because I know it had meaning pretty serious. That's why I said I feel like I missed something.
Yeah.
I feel like it was still some stuff out there that I didn't get to see or hear. And I need to see it again.
Outside of that, I enjoyed that movie. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. It was very well done from the cinematography of it. The script was fine, and been watching some other like little mini doc series or what have you, features about Ryan Coogler here recently, and they have just been fascinating. Did y'all know that he called it grilled cheese? The initial project was called Grilled Cheese. And his reasoning behind that was, I got this movie idea and I want to get it out and get it done, but I wanted it to be something that's just like a grilled cheese sandwich. Because a grilled cheese is just 2 pieces of bread and some cheese, and you throw it in the pan, and it's like the best. But it was so simple to put it together. And I'm like, that is the perfect analogy, because there's not a whole lot of depth to the story, but it's enough depth to the dialogue and to the plot of the story and whatnot. And at the end of it, I was like, okay, this is the grilled cheese sandwich, because it was still damn good, and I would go and make another grilled cheese sandwich.
Now that we're all hungry.
You're thinking about grilled cheese sandwich.
But man, it was so well done. And then I heard that he also wrote it in like 2 months.
Wow.
Like 2 months. He was speaking to some of his director friends or whatnot, or network, and telling them about the idea. And the one director said that he told him, that we were at this party and Halloween, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I got this idea and I think I can get this out by December. And so the director guy was like, oh yeah, okay, so a year from now, a year and 2 months, that's pushing it, but I think you can do it too. And he said, dude had the first drafts right there.
Wow.
In 2 months. And they were ready to go. That's
quick.
That's crazy. Yeah. Crazy. But it was absolutely beautiful. I toyed with the idea of going to see it in Oakland on the 70 millimeter screen that they have in that theater, because there's only like maybe 6 in the country that were showing it. And Oakland has one of those theaters. And this is an old theater, but supposedly it's freaking beautiful. Maybe I go see it again there. I don't know. Just because I like that kind of stuff, tech wise. But that movie, man, I see why it got all the credit it got.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And it's still getting. Still.
You have to go see it. We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yeah.
It's still getting people like the kids in the class. I'm going to see it Thursday. We're going Saturday. We can't wait. I mean, that's how it's going down in class, and people are talking about it still. So, and this is younger.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even the younger generation is into this stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spoil it.
It's pretty interesting, yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a part in there that made me laugh. And this is based on some commentary from our Patreon community. And yes, Miss Tanya, I'm going to call you out. But she went to see it, and I'm going to pull it up on the screen. I'll pull it up on my screen and just read it here. Damn it, where does the mouse keep going?
Over here.
There it is. Now I got my mouse. It's on the wrong damn screen. But she went to see it here recently, and I love Tanya. She's always up on everything. She doesn't miss anything. And is that it? Nope. Dang it. Well, I can't find it. Anyway, what she was saying was Michael B. Jordan playing those multiple parts in there, right? She's like, I went in there and I saw it and then noticed that this brother was here and that brother was there. And then I realized that, wait a minute, that's Michael B. Jordan playing both parts. And she said, I felt like the biggest racist because I didn't know who it was too. She said, she was like, I felt like the biggest racist because I didn't know that there's two. This one guy.
Oh.
And I laughed at her. I said, it's funny because I know you're not racist.
Right.
Bless.
But he did a good job.
He did.
And you were talking about some of the aspects of theater, the theater elements that you noticed in that. You care
instantly because
discuss?
we in our theater 2 class, we have been talking about Romeo and Juliet. So all of them, the old ones, and even there, it started off with red and blue, and different sides of the world, good or bad, evil or not evil.
Right.
But it's always the red and blue aspect, and it was these costumes stood out. They were beautiful, and I loved looking at the costumes in a way different eyes. Being in this costuming class, it just even more puts that nail in the coffin. Like, nope, I don't want no parts of costuming. I don't want no parts. The
attention to detail that they have to have. Yeah.
Yes, all of the research that they had to go through, and I know the kind of research that they had to go through, and all of those things in different time. It's a different time, but at least that's 1936. It's not 1885. The stuff that I'm having to do. So
it's funny hearing you geek out about it though, because now you're in.
She's in it now, right?
She's in it, right?
She's in it, so and she's totally turned into a geek. Yeah.
It's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is. But seeing that right off, I was like, look at this red and blue already, and then it was so evident, and it was like, well, one of these gonna be bad.
Yep. You knew it right out the gate.
We already know which one gonna be bad because they keep that going across the board, and it's everywhere. I just learned too recently with watching The Good Fight. It's a TV show that's sort of old that I didn't even know was out there, and I really like it a lot.
That's because you watch mostly Modern Family reruns, but that's why. Anyway,
I still watch Modern Family reruns, but I'm still watching this.
Damn, man.
Yes, it's a cool show, but I just learned that there's donkeys and elephants.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna move on past that.
I'm trying to catch up. We talking about the politics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I was trying to move past it, but
sorry.
Thanks for bringing it up, John.
Did
Thanks.
not know.
I'm a little slow over here. I got second high. So.
Yeah.
I believe you knew.
Contacts over here. It's a happy home here.
It is definitely a happy home. There was this article on the New Yorker, and I just want to read a snippet from it. This is from Jelani Cobb, and it's talking about sinners. And just bear with me because I think this is really well written, and I'm only just going to read a part of it. Part of it says, at the moment when theaters were awash in franchises and sequels, Sinners represents something increasingly unusual. A big budget studio movie with a completely novel storyline. This is no reboot, no rework. This is straight from the dome, original shit. Okay. A significant commitment for any director's vision, but one that is even more rare for Black directors. Coogler's work has consistently explored themes of race, but from the vantage points that are not easily anticipated. Sinners represents a departure for him, and to an equal extent, a creative risk. It grapples simultaneously with ideas about music, race, family, religion, and vampires. The idea for Sinners, which took place in 1932 in Jim Crow era Mississippi, came to Coogler one day as he was washing dishes listening to Wang Dong Doodle, a classic of upbeat blues about juke joint parties. Coogler put down the dish rag and began framing an idea for the story rooted in centrality of music to the Black experience. It's strong. So that
let's just face it, he's a talented guy.
He is.
He really is.
He is.
Yeah.
Former ball player too.
Yeah.
People don't get that. I like that. Former footballer. Good stuff.